Okay, go.
What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to introduce yourself, say hi, and then introduce us all.
I'm Bruce Elliott. I'm a geriatric genius. I'm a world famous artist, and Bruce is my name, pussy's my fame, and crime is my game. That kind of sums it all up, I think.
Now you gotta introduce us all.
This is Grace Elliott. This is Grace Littlefeather Elliott. The fact that her mother and I could produce a full-blooded Shoshone Indian, we've always considered one of our most amazing feats. And Littlefeather has never disappointed us. I mean, she can't handle her booze, but what Indian can? Over here is my good friend John McHugh. Full-blooded
Apache.
A full-blooded.
I'm waiting for my casino to come through.
And he doesn't like. He's a Mick that does not like seafood. Which is, I've always found very odd.
I was surrounded by it for 40 years.
And he's also a tall Mick, which is very unusual.
That's true.
Made very hard to harvest potatoes.
I just want to tell you that I was a full-blooded Chiricahua Apache before I changed my religion. We could run 5 miles across the burning desert with a full mouthful of water without ever swallowing it. This was
and what?
That's enough. All right, Chiricahua.
I am the concubine of Bruce. I am the mother of Grace, and I'm delighted to be here. And I'm entering on retirement, and nobody is going to tell me what the fuck to do after taking care of the most wonderful people I've ever had in my life. Because I don't know what I'm going to do. People ask me on a day-to-day person, what are you going to do in your retirement? Everything I never had time to do, but I haven't figured that out. And Roger is a wonderful friend of mine, and he's been a guidance on my cooking, and I think it's going to go farther.
What?
No one has ever given me a rice cooker, and I have bought 15 over the last 22 years for friends of mine because it's phenomenal.
And why don't you describe how you met Roger?
No.
Underneath the blanket at Pat Colander's house?
Oh, no, that's true.
Roger was grabbing from one side and I was grabbing from the other. This 21-year-old girl that just happened to be, it was the coldest day on record.
And look who I ended up with.
I think Roger had
Chaz, let's compare records. Who fared better? Did I not come out with 2 of my best friends? Bruce and Roger are 2 of my best friends. And they will be until the day that I die.
And I had longer arms.
But then I need to marry you.
No,
I said we're best friends. No. We're best friends.
Mary Jo Toohey. Okay. Now, Mary Jo Toohey deserves every medal known to women.
Broderick.
I mean, she took on a challenge. Many women have tried, and all had failed, other than Mary Jo came along and she said, although it's impossible to even consider living with this creature, this can't be trained, it can't be tamed.
My God, has he been eavesdropping?
Rough, tough, and hard to bluff.
We get this on a daily basis. We like to share it somewhere in another state.
What do you have to say
I agree with everything Bruce has just said. A man is a genius.
Yes.
There's no argument here.
All right.
Millie.
Out loud.
Millie is slightly indisposed at the moment.
Millie's got
she's a cutie pie.
Culture shock here.
She's got a culture shock.
She's on the mainland right now, and she's flipping through her language bank.
No, she's a sweetheart, and she's tolerant. I can tell her by her
and
warm face.
She lost 4 pounds in New York at the World Trade Center.
I was there too.
Yeah.
I was at Ground Zero too.
Yeah. Roger says, could you speak up?
I don't know what to say.
You're a sweet, warm individual on impact.
If everything else fails, say the Pater Noster in Latin.
Just tell us what you think of McHugh. That is all.
Millie and I are old pals.
Millie, what do you think of McHugh?
I think he's a fun guy.
Yeah, go on.
Love to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Millie, I'll give you an hour to quit. Keep going. You mean that's all you got?
Yeah, we something else. Credit.
He's never played
He's a
golf
credit
with
to
him.
his country.
I gotta say this.
Yes.
You have to remember that this may end up on
Facebook?
on Facebook. And
Me too.
and just think of the Pope watching it.
I don't want to record. You record. I don't want to record.
Let me just
You're
see.
not-
You record.
Let me see.
We got an Irishman doing technology.
Wait,
Oh my God.
wait a second now, Bruce. Let me just let me do a Ron Howard here. Cut. Paste.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Where's
That's a wrap.
the zoom? God, that's
Oh, Grace, come on. I have to give it to Grace. I have to give it to Grace.
This gives.
Grace can be the
Where's
photographer.
the zoom? What do you mean?
It's recording
I
right
wanted
now.
to
I
zoom
know,
in on
I know.
you. You know,
It's still recording. He never cut. He never cut.
No.
I did not know. I did not want the bottle of beer in the picture, you know, because it might not go over well on the West Coast.
For
Which West Coast? Of Iraq?
The left
The
coast.
West Coast of Iraq?
The left coasters.
Saudi Arabia?
Anyway, I want to thank everybody who showed up in my long and I must say successful career as an auctioneer and evaluator. I have never met bigger, more understanding,
I'm so full.
and so full. Cut.
No, I'm not cutting
Here,
until I'm
Toby
told to.
has,
Okay, Mom.
Toby's reading something.
Read.
No.
Read.
Thank Marie Haws for her support and describe the ale house, which she is obsessing.
Oh, well, she has to come for a visit, Dad.
Well,
Bring it
Maria, the Old Town Ale House was founded in 1958, and fortunately for them, I started drinking there at the age of 21 in 1961. And in those days, it was kind of a semi-elegant, sophisticated type place where they only played classical music. And then over the years, the neighborhood kind of changed, and it became kind of a bucket of blood, and a lot of very shady type people started hanging out there. And then the neighborhood kind of changed again, and we're across from Second City, and so then a lot of very famous Second City alumni come in. A few of them still come in the bar, and it's just an absolutely amazing place. We're voted best dive bar in Chicago every year, and
Best dive bar?
and we're late premier dive bar.
Roger has to
And
go.
we're a legend. We are a legend, and
Turn the camera off. Roger
and
has
we
to
would
go.
love you.
There. Oh.
We would love you to come in sometime, Maria. And if you do, you don't pay. Most people don't, as it turns out. That is one of our.
Roger guarantees to buy you a drink if you come in.
No. So while you're videoing,
Oh yes, here's some of our. We also do a little merchandising. That's that's a baby picture of our premier customer, Ruben.
you got it, Grace?
Hold on,
Ruben's a 400-pound
Grace is still
Mexican.
working on it.
I'm trying to zoom in, but I don't know.
Put the Sarah
my
Palin
God,
on
look at
Roger.
this,
You
right
gotta
now.
put the Sarah Palin on Roger.
This is our most famous Sarah Palin naked.
By the famous artist?
Well over 100 death threats for this particular picture.
So did you get this one?
And
Okay, and you get the Rod Blagojevich.
this is our current, thank God Rod was found guilty of one felony and will be retried. My business is still going.
Cavity search.
Hold it as forward as you can.
That's Rod going to jail.
You're not holding
Is that
it
Jesse
forward.
Jackson?
No, that's one
Push
of our
it forward.
doormen.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And now turn around, show with the other side.
Okay.
Oh. Oh my God. Oh, if they don't show up.
And Andy Shaw wanted us to do a benefit for BGA. I said, I'll do you. Here's the deal. I'll make you,
I love
Andy.
this.
Yeah.
I said, we have direct connection with Blagojevich. I'll give him $1,000. He'll come in and sign autographs for 2 hours at the ale house of his poster. We have posters or T-shirts, and we'll give all the proceeds to the BGA. Yeah. And Andy thought that was a lovely idea. He took it to his board, and they say under no circumstances they do that. You know, so I said, Andy, don't ever ask me for another contribution.
Yeah, I was watching the people outside the courthouse all around the day. Guess whose little pointy head showed up right in the middle of it? Andy.
Oh yeah, he's there every day.
Yeah.
Oh no, he covered it. He was there every.
But he doesn't work for anybody except for the BGA.
He was for BGA.
Yeah, he covered. But he was on NPR. No.
Yeah, he was on NPR.
No, he was like he was. And then Andy got drunk the other night and came in and wanted his picture. Now Roger's, there's a wall where Roger's got a big picture, and then he's next to Nelson Algren, and then Eddie Balchowski shooting up with one arm, and then there's
that's tough.
And then there's Andy's got a small picture, and then there's Royko.
Yeah.
So now Andy's in there, and he said, well, "Why can't I have a big picture like Roger and Royko?" I said, "You're asking this after you left TV?"
Yeah.
I said, "When anybody asks who you are, I say you used to be Andy Shaw, and you want a bigger picture? Unlikely."
I wonder what. Speaking of Andy, do you know whatever happened to the daughters?
The daughters were at the White House with. She's
the one is in the White House.
She was John Paul Stevens' clerk, and then now she's in the White House legal office. The other daughter's with Vallis down in New Orleans,
who just moved to the state of Louisiana. She left Vallis, and she now does HR wherever the capital is.
Blocks. I don't know.
No, that's Louisiana.
No.